Yo, what's up y'all? It's Kevin Pack here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm a six-figure Amazon seller, and on this channel we talk things about entrepreneurship and business. So as most of you know, I have a company that sells private label products on Amazon, aka Amazon FBA. Now, as much as I love my passive income business, it's not always all sunshines and unicorns. I think that's the saying, right? So in this video, I want to go over 5 things that I really love and really hate about my Amazon FBA business. Now, before we begin, I'm going to show you guys my sales so you guys know I'm a current Amazon seller and I'm in the trenches in this business day in and day out. All right, so today is July 4th. Happy 4th of July, by the way. Let's do this refresh. Boom, right there. Again, happy 4th of July. It's the 4th of July weekend right now, so it's kind of slow during any holiday season or like day off season like that, unless it's Q4, that's different. But usually like Memorial Day or like, you know, I don't know, other random like holiday days throughout the year, those weekend holidays, my business doesn't really do too well. It's pretty slow. So far, we have $35,000 in the last 30 days. $200, a little over $200 for this morning so far. It's 9 a.m. so it's 4th of July morning. So that's my current business right now. This is what I'm doing. This is my passive full-time income and I love it. So the first part of this video, we're gonna go over the 5 hates that I have about Amazon FBA. So let's get down it. Let's go to the first thing. The first thing I hate about Amazon FBA is the upfront capital for this online business. Now, it's not a lot compared to like other physical store businesses or any other business you can open up. I mean, any other business is so expensive to open up and it requires loans. It costs so many thousands of dollars. So it's really not much, but compared to something like Shopify dropshipping that requires very little capital, makes Amazon seem like a lot. But in the reality of things, in the bigger scheme of things, Amazon FBA isn't actually a lot in upfront capital, but to really scale your business and really push your business and actually grow your business, it does require a lot of upfront capital and a lot of cash flow going in and out of the business. So there's a lot of management there. So that's one of the things that it can be annoying. You need a few $1,000s to start Amazon FBA. And if you're a broke college student like I was at one point, that's kind of hard and a few $1,000s is a lot to us. Although there is a larger upfront capital, this does mean the barrier of entry for this business model is higher. So that means not everyone can just go in. It's not like dropshipping where it only requires a few $100s and a lot of people can enter. So it doesn't take a lot of money to start dropshipping, so it's very saturated, versus Amazon has a higher barrier of entry because of the upfront cost, so you're not gonna have as many competitors coming in. But you know what? Sometimes when I'm out there sourcing products that I'm interested in, I'm like, wow, why is this so damn expensive, man? The second thing I really hate about Amazon FBA is that you're under Amazon's rules. Now take this with a grain of salt, but you are basically vulnerable as a business owner to Amazon. So that means they have the power to literally take down your listing or ban your account whenever they want. And for whatever reason, like you're under Amazon's rules and that's their game, that's their battlefield. So you're basically working around Amazon's perimeters as far as, you know, what their processing times are for your inventory, also like pricing for PPC, advertising, you know, the rules that about what you can put on your listing and also your images. There are rules to Amazon and using Amazon's platform, which is understandable. I get it. I mean, we're using Amazon's platform where we are basically exposing ourselves with thousands and hundreds of thousands of active customers. So it's only natural that we do have to comply with some rules, but they're not super strict. They're strict in some areas, but it really just depends. But overall, there are rules that you need to follow under Amazon's platform. The third thing that I hate about Amazon FBA is that the sales that you make from customers are not your customers. They are considered Amazon's customers. So that means you can't collect their emails or any of their information directly from Amazon. You can do it from other ways, but Amazon will not supply you their email information or anything like that because that's Amazon's customers. So they're gonna follow up on their customers, but you're not allowed to follow up on them. So that's kind of sucky for like if you want to really scale your business or, you know, do different ways to get more reviews or sell more other products that are related to your brand. It's a little bit more complicated. It's not impossible, but it does limit you a little bit. The fourth thing I hate about Amazon is seller support. Oh my God, this is Oh, if you sell on Amazon, you already know that seller support can be ass sometimes, man. Like seriously, they are literally sometimes no help at all at some cases. Don't get me wrong, sometimes they can be helpful, but for more minor situations, they are good, but the more major situations, they don't really help all that much, man. They end up going in circles with you, really. I'll give you guys an example. So I was trying to source this product it has some chemical basis to it, right? And so anything that's chemical related or battery related, then Amazon will basically deem that as hazardous material or hazardous dangerous goods. So it'll go through a hazmat review, and you will need to provide like certain documentations like a SDS sheet just to make sure that Amazon knows how to handle this product. That's really it, right? So I provide the SDS sheets for my product directly from my supplier, and then Amazon's all like, well, we can't accept it because your product title in your listing doesn't match the SDS sheet. So okay, so I'll change the product title, right? So after I change the product title, I submit it again, and they're like, well, now your SDS sheet is invalid. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You just told me it's okay, and then you told me just to change the title. That's really it. And so then I submit the sheet again, and then they go back to saying the title needs to match the SDS sheet. And I'm like, they do match. So what's going on? So I end up going in circles with these guys, and it's just a headache. And sometimes seller support really just doesn't help at all sometimes. So you're kind of just left on your own to figure out those kind of things. The last thing I hate about Amazon FBA is their fees. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's only natural that they have fees for sellers that are selling on their platform, but sometimes those fees can kind of build up, you know? They take a good percentage. They usually take about like 30 to 35% of your sales revenue, basically. So there's two types of Amazon fees. We got the referral fee and we got the fulfillment fee, all right? The referral fee is the fee for being allowed to sell on Amazon. That's just a fixed 15% fee of whatever you make out of your sales. So that's just gonna be for being allowed to sell on Amazon. The next one is the fulfillment fee, which is, I mean, it speaks for itself, fulfillment. That means they pick and pack and ship the product for you. And so because of that, they will charge you roughly about, like, this depends really on the size of your product, but typically across products, it's another 15%. It's not a fixed percentage at all. It is based off of your product size and weight, but we see typically it's gonna be about 15 to 20%. So like, it kind of sucks that basically you get 30 to 35% of your margins cut. So basically, if you think about it, if you were selling on your own, on your platform, like you had a Shopify store outside of Amazon, you're doing all that, all you would really pay for is the fulfillment fee. That means the shipping cost of it. You wouldn't have a 15% referral fee because this is your own website. So that means, you know, you could have higher margins outside, but again, you're on Amazon's platform where it's very easy to access customers. So, you know, it's worth it, really. To be honest, it's worth it, but it is still a hate. I wish they, you know, they brought it down to maybe 10%, 5%, that'd be cool. So these are all the things that I really hate about Amazon FBA. And honestly, they were a little bit hard to come up with because I don't necessarily hate all of them. Some of them are minor, some of them are major, but I wouldn't be in this business if I didn't find out that the pros outweigh the cons. So let's go over all the things I love about Amazon FBA. All right, now let's talk about the pros about Amazon because there's plenty and they really weigh a lot versus the cons. So you guys want to pay attention to this for sure. The first thing I really love about Amazon is how passive this business is. All of your sales are online. Your store is an online business and all the sales are made through the internet, through Amazon, and Amazon does all the shipping and packing for you, which normally would take the most amount of time for a business like this. Any product-based business takes the longest with the volume that you have to ship and pack. So if you were a one-man person, you know, pick and packing everything on your own, it would take a really, really long time. But Amazon does all that heavy lifting for you, and so you just have to manage the sales, and it's all done on a computer. You don't have to be at an office or anything like that. You can be literally anywhere in the world as long as you have a laptop and an internet connection, and you can make this money. On top of that, once you already have the business up and going, it's really passive to maintain your business. All you have to do is stay in stock, manage your inventory, manage your optimization for your PPC, and do some product research to grow your business further and add more products to your portfolio. And overall, the amount of work it takes to maintain a $1,000 a month Amazon business versus a $10,000 a month Amazon business, or even $100,000, is very much the same, very close, and maybe only a couple hours difference. It only takes maybe a few hours a week to maintain my business, and even at the $10,000 mark, it's the same. And then when I was doing $100,000 in a month, it was also the same. So not much was changing, and that's the great thing about Amazon. It's so passive. The second thing I really love about Amazon, which ties into how passive it is how scalable it is. Now, I mentioned how that it takes the same amount of work to maintain a business doing 1,000 versus 10,000 and 100,000. And this is due to how passive it is and how much freedom of time you have. And so because of that, it's so scalable. You could take your business going from literally 0 to 1,000 to 10,000 to 100,000, and I've done it myself. It takes so little time and work to maintain the business. The only thing that takes more time is actually going out and doing the product research to find and source more products. And so when you continue to launch more and more products, that is the only time that takes the most amount of time, is the launch process and product research. But once it's up and running, it becomes passive. So it's like going over a hurdle. It's just going over here, that top end hurdle that's really hard, and then once you go downhill, that's when it starts being easy and just picks up momentum by itself. Now, the third thing I really love about Amazon is how we have access to their customers. These customers are very special customers because they are customers that are warm. They are a warm audience that are ready to buy. They're on Amazon for the purpose of buying. And it's different than if you had, if you're doing Shopify dropshipping, where you put up ads on Facebook. Facebook is not a shopping center, okay? It is a social media platform. So when you put ads in front of them, they're not actually looking to shop. They were only there to, make posts or read posts or talk to people on there. They're actively shopping. So that's a cold audience. So because of that, you don't get as many conversions. But on Amazon, the conversions are much higher because the audience in Amazon are already ready to shop. And it's so easy to buy off Amazon. Amazon got that buy now button where it only takes one click and you already have that item in there. You know how easy it is for me to just click that button and I've already purchased it? That's wild. It's genius, but it helps us sellers because now we can make sales faster. The fourth thing I really love about Amazon is the creativity process, because nowadays you can't just be throwing up the same product as everyone else. You can't just be throwing up this mouse right here and expect it to make sales. No, you gotta be adding value, differentiating. So now we have to be more creative about how we sell products. It's not the old days where you could just throw anything up anymore. Now, because it's more competitive, you have to be more creative. You have to think outside the box. You have to actually add value and improve the product that you're going to sell. Otherwise, people don't have a reason to buy your product anymore because there's so many others out there. Now, some might see this as a negative because they're being like, oh man, it's not easy anymore. No, but I see it as opportunity. I see it as a great thing to put back into the world, because if you are creating a product that's better, you are forced to create a product that's better. That only helps everyone else. If everyone has the same product and now you have to think about how to better that product to improve the use of that product, to improve somebody's life who uses that product, I think that's a great way to impact the world. And I think that's how we force better products and more innovation. And I think overall, that's something that can only be sparked by creativity. And so since we all have to be pushed to do that, I love the fact that I can do that. I love the fact that I can sit back and I have to really think about how I'm gonna better this product. And it makes it more fun, makes it more challenging, and I enjoy that. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it's a walk in the park to make money on Amazon. It's not, but it's very, very doable. But the only way you can do that is if you come into the market with a product that has more value and is differentiated. The last thing I really love about Amazon is its window of opportunity. Now, what do I mean by that? Knowing that Amazon is very, very passive and scalable means that you can generate a lot of cash flow, a lot of capital, and you also have a lot of time. I have a lot of time throughout my day to work on other projects, and that's what I do. I take advantage of this free time that I have to work on YouTube, to work on my students, and then also creating more projects that I want to work on. So Amazon allows you to have a window of opportunity because now you are financially stable, so you don't have to worry about money, and also you are free of time and location. So now you don't have to be stuck in a certain place or work a certain time out of the day. Now you have a lot of time to work on more things. And so because of that, you can venture on to new things. And it's like I always say about this, to me, Amazon is not the end all be all. This is not what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. I'm going to be doing it as much as I can, but really it's a window for me to do other things that I really enjoy, to fuel the other projects that I want to work on. So that's the great thing about Amazon. It really sets you up for a future, and that's priceless, man. That is priceless, to have that financial stability and that freedom of time to really enjoy your life. It's a great window of opportunity. So that's the last thing I really love about Amazon, which is basically the thing that just demolishes everything else, all the cons. The cons don't even exist anymore because of that one thing that I love about Amazon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found some insight out of this. Go ahead, like the video and subscribe for more content. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will catch you guys in the next one. As always, go make that money. I'll see you guys later. God bless.